Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back, BU Podcast, part of Supermom's Magic Circle. Today we have Dorela Yapan. She is amazing, and you will find so much about relationships and love and how to heal ourselves. She has so much experience, and she's been in my word for the past 3 months, I would say, and I already learned so much from her. So let's welcome Dorela. Hello.
Hello, Roxandra. Hello, everyone. And thank you for having me here because it will be so precious for all moms.
I'm so glad to hear that. And I can't wait to dive in and to get all your secrets because you have so many secrets to share with us. And I'm super excited. So, Dorella is certified practitioner, emotional code, body code, EFT as well, and also the author of The Perfect Relationship 28 Days Towards Love. Tell us more about that.
Well, actually, I'm really happy that we are in between mothers because it was my experience. I was married. I used to love my husband. We had kids, and it seemed that everything was falling apart. And I felt that our way together was done. And because I felt so overwhelmed with everything, I felt that there is no more love in the relationship. I really needed to do something. And in my mind, it was, did you actually try everything in that relationship? And from that, I started a journey that led to the Perfect Relationship book, meaning that I worked with myself, and in within a few weeks, my relationship completely changed. And instead of separating parts, we were back together, very happy, in love, and our kids now have two parents that love each other.
That's so beautiful. And I'm so glad you went through that journey. And actually, you're sharing that story with us and you are helping others to find a way to go through a hard relationship. Tell us, how can we do that? And why relationships are so hard at the time?
Well, we are so used to throw everything away, buy something new. It's the society where we are at right now. Back in the times, people used to pray if something is wrong, to have some little faith of something. Nowadays, we are like, oh, he's not good enough for me, and we close the door and we try to find someone else. The problem in that is that it's not it's our fault, but we are responsible for everything that is going on in the relationship. So throwing him away won't bring someone better, because if we don't work on ourselves, we just change our game player, but it's the same game. So instead of throwing the game player away, it's more important to change the game we are playing. What I mean by that, instead of saying bye, we're not meant for each other, I will look on myself. What emotional baggage do I have that I need to experience this in my life? And then everything is changing, and with the same partner we like fall back in love again. We remember how we used to love him, how things were different back in the time, but we now have different tools to use and to keep that love always there in our hearts.
Absolutely. And that's so powerful what you just said there, because I can definitely say that I feel the same. Nowadays, it's just so easy to say, this is it, bye bye. I'm just jumping in a new relationship. And then things starting not to work. And then we jump on another one instead of actually repairing. It's exactly what we do with things in our life. Instead of repairing a microwave, we're just going to buy a new one. So this is where we are. And so it's so important. Thank you for sharing that. So what would you say is the first step for someone to start getting and receiving the love that they desire?
I I start saying it more and more often. It's the gratitude. It's the first step we need to take because we are so ungrateful. We always feel that we are better and we forget about gratitude. So for me, the first step was the gratitude. In the book, so the book is not my story, it's not about me. The book is the journey that we can take, and every single day there is some action to take and to rediscover oneself. And gratitude is in the beginning of the book. Why? Because if we are ungrateful, things won't never go for the better. The person who is ungrateful will always have more things to complain about. When we stop that and we start finding reasons to be grateful, in the beginning, it's hard. But practicing gratitude will help us discover more and more tools that are really easy to use. And instead of feeling that we are repairing something broken, it feels like really discovering something new. Sometimes I say, I didn't repair my marriage, I didn't salvage my marriage. I have a new relationship with the same man because it's not broken, it's not repaired, it's magical.
That's fantastic. And is there a case of the way you see it? Because, for example, in my relationship, after I got married, everything was great. The first few years, honey, yay, milk and honey. And then I started noticing the behaviors that I didn't like. And I started being super negative. And I was focusing only on the bad things that apparently he was doing or he was not doing. And for me, as soon as I made the shift, as soon as I was like, okay, let me see what do I like about him? Let me see what do I actually enjoy spending time with him and how can I see him in the best light? Because I had enough of complaining about him and, being all the time arguing and in a conflict. And as soon as I made that shift, things started to change. So I love exactly the way you said it. So it's still the same man. I'm still married with the same man, but I feel it's different just because I see the relationship and the marriage differently.
Yeah.
What can you tell about the conflicts? I know one of your chapters in the book, it's addressing conflicts.
Yeah, this is the key of what we're discussing here because you said my certification, you left out the two more important ones. So, emotion code, body code, belief code. The third level talks about beliefs. And EFT, there is EFT and matrix reimprinting. Actually, with these two pillars, we will always get to the beliefs. And I have a third pillar. There is no certification, it's all the study that I am still doing, the seeding system, and we understand how we create our reality, how the perception is so important. And actually, what happens in our lives is that we can only have the experiences in accordance with our beliefs. So, in the beginning, everything is beautiful because we have dreamt of that. But when we have it, did you ever had that feeling it's too beautiful to be true? I don't deserve that kind of happiness, stuff like that. So actually what happens after everything comes in our lives and we are like, this is amazing, then our belief system, it's like knocking at the door. Oh, you forgot about your beliefs. So actually your emotional baggage and your beliefs that you used to have will pop up and they will say men are bad, men will look for other women, men are not helping at home, men are dangerous, and so on and so on. Men are doing nothing. And actually, your reality will adjust to your beliefs. So, in your example, you also shifted your beliefs. It was like, let me see what is in there. And you did your own process because I have my certifications, but it's not only with that techniques that we can shift our reality. But when there is someone helping us, guiding us, we are shifting our beliefs. And what happens is that you look at the man standing beside you and you're like, this is interesting. Yesterday I used to hate you. Now I love you. but he's still the same man.
Yes, absolutely. And do apologize. I missed that part from our introduction, from your
No, but
introduction. It's really
it, it
important.
it's
And
really great that you did that because I could emphasize this thing about the beliefs because people maybe don't realize that actually our beliefs create the reality and not the other way around. It's really important to emphasize this more and more because as soon as we understand that we are so responsible of our reality, we will want to work. And when we discover that actually it was an easy work, so for me, it took a few weeks to see everything changing, and I'm sure that in your case, it was something similar because from the point where you understand, okay, something is wrong here, I need to do something, the process becomes easy because you understand I have the power to do that change and it will be a lasting change.
absolutely. And you have a choice. You either can carry on victimizing, complaining, being horrible, being miserable, or accepting that's happening. You have an issue, and now you can flip the coin, and now you can do something about it. And this is when your brain will start focusing on solutions. And this is when you're open to let a change to happen. So Dorela, you are an inspiration. I never, ever, ever, the last 5, 6 years I've been in business, in the coaching business, I never, ever met someone coaching and doing business in 4 languages. Please tell us more about that because that's incredible.
Yeah, actually, I really feel grateful to my mom because she forced me to learn languages when I was a kid. So I was crying, I don't want to learn that or that. But I am Romanian and I need to speak with Romanians and be there for them. I moved to France, so I was like, being in France, I need to do something in French. Most of the courses I followed were in English, so I am fluent in English, and I was like, I cannot not do anything in English. And my favorite language is Italian. So I started from that, and it felt everything natural. In my mind is what it was. If I speak a language, I need to work in that language, and it's like a river. It's I'm in the flow. I'm not forcing anything. With you I'm talking today in English, sometime today I will speak in Romanian. Sometimes I have clients in all 4 languages in one day. I'm okay with that. I totally like what I do, and I feel that people need to hear about what I have to offer. Maybe they will work with me, maybe with someone else, but I know it's inspiring for them to understand that, oh, you can do that. Because in the coaching, we're like, find your niche. Well, half of my clients are men. I'm addressing myself to women, and men come to work with me. So it's not only that I don't have a one language avatar, I have 4 languages. Well, I'm there.
That's amazing. And it's really interesting because you are working mainly with men. However, your message comes across addressing to women. So I love that. That's incredible.
Yes,
Even the book, like, sorry, I'm like, okay, the book, usually women are the ones who are looking for relationship tips and stuff like that. So, but your book, it's actually meant for both. So that's definitely
the
the
book
case.
is meant for the women. That's definitely that. I have written the book. So in English, you don't feel the different of addressing to men or women. But in other languages, you have for men or for women. The book is meant for women, but men read it. They like to read it because they also understand what happened in the relationship. I am addressing the book to women because we are the pillar of the relationship. I am well, the relationship is well. I'm not well, the relationship won't be well. And it's so important to understand that. When a man reads the book, well, he understands what happened with the woman standing next to him. And then he will be able also to shift things and to let her be the woman in the relationship and he will be the man in the relationship. So basically, I think I address myself to women, but you know, when you're aligned with what you are offering, it's the magnet. The magnet is there, and the people who respond to that energy are coming because they feel you have something to offer them.
Yeah, absolutely. And because you mentioned a few of your clients or even people you never met before, they bought your book. Let's talk about a few reviews. Let's tell me, maybe share with me one story. What was one of the breakthroughs from your book and someone told you about?
So this is really interesting. I will share two of them. The first one, someone who didn't know me bought the book and she wrote me, "Hi, I'm reading your book," and she's like, day 13, she met this guy. So she is divorced, and she knew exactly what she wanted. She was using the book and the notebook, and she's like, "I met this guy, but I'm not sure. This is incredible because she's everything I have ever dreamed of." And then they met, and 1 year later they were still together. Now it's been some times I didn't speak with her anymore, but he even proposed to her. So by the
Wow.
30th day of the book, she met someone. And another person wrote to me a few days ago. She got the book 3 years ago. She let the book there, but then she had some trouble in the relationship and she decided to read the book. By the eighth day of the book, she understood that it's not a good relationship for her, so she decided to break up. But then she didn't continue to read the book because she didn't understand that actually you need to read the book when you're not in a relationship, because it will help you build the solid foundation for a new relationship. This year, she is in a new relationship, and after the first few weeks where everything is incredible, she's like feeling something is broken, and she reminded herself, "I need to read the book." So she started reading the book, and she told me it's really helpful for her to understand what she needs to do in the relationship. But I have also clients who found their love, like multiple stories with finding the love, and also changing perspective in the relationship.
Hmm. That's amazing. That's really beautiful. Both of the stories you just shared, they are just so amazing. And you are amazing. And I love the fact that you do have a workbook. And I have to say, I managed to read the first few chapters, so thank you for that. And it's amazing. What I really loved about it, it's so different from other books that are on the market, is the fact that you give them resources. You give them for almost each day, you give them a book, a film, a movie, something tangible for them, and which is from a different perspective, but still with the same key concepts. And I love that, I have to say. I even watched with my husband the first movie you recommended in chapter one, and he never watches those type of movies, you know. And for both of us, it was like, oh my God, this is incredible. We need to apply this in our kids' life as well. So both of us, we were like, this is great. So thank you for that. Tell us more about how you came up with that idea and how important is that notebook for people who read the book.
Well, actually, the notebook is like when I read books and they were like giving you instructions what to do. If I don't have the place to write everything, I will skip over and forget about doing the exercise. So it was really important for me. And I really wanted to be very organized. And in every chapter, I will give either a book, either a movie, whatever I have in hand, because they inspired me for this journey. So those stories, for instance, is not in the first chapters, but pay it forward. That movie, when I first saw the movie, the first time I saw it, I knew I needed to do something like that in my life. And I watched the movie every single time it was on the television. And then I bought it. And when I think of it, I will watch it again. So it was so impactful to think I can impact someone else's lives and they will impact someone else. So basically, what you're saying about watching it with your husband is exactly the pay it forward. I didn't impact only your life, but you already impacted other lives. And the firefighter story was the one that led me to the notebook, the book and the notebook, because in that story, I so love that there is a journey, a journal, do this, do that. We find nothing, nothing changes. And by the end of the movie, we so love what we did. We don't care anymore of the results. We love who we became in the journey. And that's what's happening in my book also, because we understand that it's not about him, it's not about the relationship, it's about me. And I love the
Mm,
person I become through that journey.
yes, and it also for me was the fact that it was all about believing in something more, even if it's Jesus, even if it's universe, or if something and another entity that gives you that protection. And if we are really careful and if we are really present, we will notice things are happening in our life and we're gonna start acting, on it, which is beautiful. So now what would you say, Dorella, is the biggest relationship myth that keeps women stuck in an unhappy relationship or in an unhappy love life? And how does your book break that cycle?
So I don't think it's a myth. It's really the reality for them. Having the example of a certain relationships will tell them there is no other way in life. Even though we see other types of relationship, they won't be able to see them. So let's remember the belief system. So I cannot see something outside of my belief system. So it's really, really important to start watching our beliefs. So if someone comes and says us, oh, this is your belief. Oh, oh, I understand. That's a belief. And we need to start shifting our beliefs. As long as we have the beliefs, we are not capable to get out of a relationship that's not a good fit for us because we are in the energy of that relationship. So we really need to shift beliefs to make the change.
So, if someone never really spent too much time in understanding about their belief system, what would you say one step for them to move forward and identify what sort of beliefs they have?
So one step I come back to the gratitude because it will shift our energy. As long as we are in the relationship in the comfort zone means that this is what I know how to handle that. I won't be able to understand by myself that I'm stuck in something. Practicing gratitude will like start shifting the energy, and there I will be able to see some answers and from there to take action. If I don't practice gratitude, I am okay like that. People will say, why are you staying in that situation? And we don't know how to act differently. But I would like to underline something now because we are like telling people if you need to get out of a relationship, it doesn't mean that that relationship, I'm sorry, that relationship needs to end. It's not about that. It's the pattern of the relationship that needs to end because maybe the partner is really amazing, but the partner is always answering to your energy. It's not that it's your fault. The person watching this is the person who can make the change. So either one who is doing some work will make a shift in the relationship.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And I'm glad you said that because we are definitely here to say that you can make the change because it's all about you in the end of the day, how you feel, how you act, what you do. And we do attract that. So if we look back in our previous relationships, guess what? Most probably you attracted the same kind of person. It might be a narcissist, it might be someone with lots of trauma, it might be someone who didn't support you emotionally or financially or something where you are lacking of. This is what I saw in my mom's so many times because they want to do their business and then so many times they don't believe in themselves because the husband is not believing in their success. And this is when things are starting to be a bit nasty, because they have to decide what do they want to do next. And they definitely need to work on their relationships. So can you just tell us what's the most common mistake in relationships that women do without even realizing it, and how can they fix it?
I will answer the last thing that you said, and the previous thing that you said, and the last thing, because it's not that your husband or partner is not supporting you. Sometimes you just have the mirror of your inner talk. So you don't have confidence in yourself. You don't say it out loud, but your partner will come and say, you're not good at what you're doing. So you really need to work on yourself because they will have confidence in you. They will support you when you will believe in what you're doing. So I know it's difficult to hear that, but as I said, they are always answering your energy. It's not that there are someone who want to act like that. Just remember the things that we both said. Our husbands changed, but they didn't do anything
Anything.
different.
Yeah. We changed the way we saw them. We changed the way we
Yeah.
behave. We changed the way at least I changed the way I communicated with him. And then
Yeah.
guess what? He felt like, okay, she doesn't hate me. I'm like, no, I never hated you. Like, I couldn't believe when he said that to me. Like, did you ever thought I hate you? Well, based on what you told me 2 weeks ago, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, actually, I did say that. I'm like, yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's
So, to answer to the last question, I have a chapter. I really love that chapter. It's that story that is there is the guy and he like does everything on the list except one final thing. And she comes and she's like, "Oh my God, you didn't do that. Yeah, honey, did you see everything that I did? That's not important. I needed that. That's the only thing that's important." So hearing that one time, two times, three times is like, I'm off. You do. You're not satisfied with what I'm doing. So I will stop doing the things. And actually, what's important is to respect our partner. In the chapter, the last chapters of the book, I say men need respect, women need love. It's not that we don't have also the other way around the needs, but a man that doesn't feel respected won't show the love. And the woman that doesn't feel loved won't show respect. One of them needs to start showing the other one what they really need to feel. It's little steps of action, and every single day of at least one step of action will show results in time.
beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Respect and love. Absolutely. This is definitely something they can start working on if they really want a change. That's really incredible. Thank you so much. I know you mentioned a few times about energy. Tell us, what is this energy? Because not too many people are aware of how can they be the best version of themselves if they understand their energy and how they attract others. And so tell us in very simple, easy language for everyone to understand.
So I have a magnet here because I really love to work with the magnet. And I like to say that this magnet represents our own body. When we hear everything is energy, this means that everything is energy. And if we magnify ourselves in the body, at the maximum amount that we can do that in these times, there is no difference between ourselves and the air surrounding us or the objects. So everything is energy. We know that emotions are like energy in motion. if we have, I talked about the emotional baggage and the beliefs. So if we have emotions that we didn't know how to process, they get stuck in our body. So energy is stuck in the body and they mix with our own energy. What happens is we attract experiences aligned with our energy. The beliefs are also energy. So once more we have the beliefs, we will attract the experience. The problem is, this is the magnet that I have, and actually I will always attract only what's aligned with my energy. So I really need to go to look for emotional baggage and my beliefs in order to change what I can attract in my life. So actually, when I release trapped emotions and everything that's in there, I have something more. Yeah, I have something more. I will attract something different. I won't attract what I was previously attracting. In order to see him change, the relationship change, I only need to work with myself because I will attract what's aligned with my energy. If my partner is the right partner for me, when I shift my energy, I will see the shift in him or her also. When the partner is not the right partner for me, my shift of energy will keep them apart.
Wow, that's the best example ever I heard about energy. And thank you so much. You made it even for a 5 years old to understand it. So thank you so much. That's beautiful. Now, Dorella, before I let you go, is there a final message you like to leave us with?
Well, start reading the first 6 chapters. They are for free. And see if this is the answer for your own relationship. Even if you don't want to read my book, start working on yourself. The day you stop blaming them is the day you will start to live your life fully. And just keep in mind that you are the creator of your life. Do you want to be a conscious creator or an unconscious is the right word? I don't know because I don't want to know how I cannot be anymore the conscious creator. Just allow yourself to create your reality and be happy about everything that you're able to create.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Dorella. And can you please tell us where people can find you and also what other things are you working on? Because I know you are doing lots of things. Just share with us a few of your projects.
So in English, I have the book. It's really cheap, available for everyone to start working on their relationships. You can buy it on Amazon if you want the paperback version, or you can find it on the website. But on the website, so dorelayepan.com, I have one workshop every month in English. You can come for free to the first workshop to discover what it has. But actually, what you have is for a membership that starts at 20 euros a month, you have access to previous recordings. Actually, you can start working with me, and it's so easy to shift your energy that you will feel that this is what you always needed. So you will want to have the shift in your life.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Dorella. I really appreciate all the value you bring in today. You are such a beautiful soul, and I'm just so happy and grateful that you are in my life. And thank you for saying yes to Be You podcast. We really appreciate you. So, for everyone who was listening or was watching us, thank you for being here. And remember, be you and really start believing more in yourself. Love is there for you if you want to accept it. So, this is all from today. Take care, keep on smiling, and we'll see each other soon. All the best. Bye.